Hey mamas, if you're at home with your kids for the next couple weeks until this coronavirus thing gets figured out, I really want to offer you some encouragement and some good ideas of how to stay sane. To us who are used to having productivity and alone time while our kids are at school, or who have careers outside the home, it can be a big adjustment. So I want to help empower you to parent calmly without too much frustration and overwhelm by giving you some ideas so that you and your kids won't be bored and bickering. Mindset is everything. Moms, you set the tone for your home. I know that if I'm in a mood, my kids' behavior is not that great either. I definitely have an impact on that. One thing that I tell myself and my kids when I'm having a hard time with anxiety is the fact that worrying and complaining doesn't improve the situation or change it at all. So why do it? You put yourself and your body through unnecessary stress, and stress hormones are not going to help your immunity. So I'm just choosing to view this time as an early spring break, and I plan to pack it full with lots of opportunities for fun. So today, despite the unpleasant facts about the coronavirus, I really want to encourage you to view this as an opportunity to live intentionally and creatively with your kids. If you come up with a plan of action for this time, you can not only survive it, but you could also enjoy it, and your kids are going to think you're Wonder Woman if you seize the day with a plan packed with intentional moments. So you've heard the saying, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. I definitely think that applies to motherhood as well. So I talked in my Boss Mom video, which was basically about professionalizing motherhood and the way we act as mothers, especially stay-at-home mothers like me, and the way we think about motherhood. Being a mom is a full-time job. But in any case, I shared my approach to having a plan of action for the day, and you can go watch that if you want to see exactly what I do. But I talk about feeling more prepared for my day by having a plan. Just wake up 15 minutes before your kids so that you feel like you're in charge of your day and your kids aren't running it, barraging you with demands from the get-go. That time of silence and calm just to get my thoughts together and get my plan going has been a huge factor in reducing my anxiety and overwhelm as a mom. So I want to share a few essentials for planning your day with your kids well. First of all, a kind of flexible schedule is a good idea. Schedules help kids feel secure. Whatever they were used to before, like a certain lunchtime, have those built into the day, maybe a certain reading time, maybe you would have showtime at a certain time, snack time at maybe 3 o'clock, or whatever works for your family, but just letting them have something to expect, something for you to expect so you don't feel like your day is total mayhem. But I definitely believe that having at least 20 minutes of quality mommy time down on their level, not cleaning up, not doing any kind of work, but just paying attention to them is really essential, especially during times of uncertainty and routine change when behavior is likely to get a little crazy. The research shows that if parents spend as little as 20 minutes with their kids in undirected play, but just interacting and playing on their level, they won't feel the need to get your attention so much through negative means because their love and attachment buckets will be full. My kids are outside soaking up some sun, they're happy, they're playing, and I've told them that I'll join them in about 15 minutes and we're going to make little stick figures instead of a little moss garden with pebble pathways and all that good stuff.
We've been collecting so much moss. And this is for little animals littler than doggies.
Something my mom would do with us is make Play-Doh. If you don't have any Play-Doh or it's dried out, you can make your own great Play-Doh at home with just a few ingredients that you probably have right in your kitchen. And at the end of the video, I'll include a recipe for how I made this Play-Doh, and my daughter, of course, liked to add some glitter. My kids like to pretend bakery with the Play-Doh. And if you don't enjoy the feeling of Play-Doh on your hands and that's just not something that you enjoy doing, you can always be a customer that's simply ordering and oohing and awing over whatever they've created. Here's a Ninja Mom tip for you. Once you've made it and it's completely cooled down, add a little bit of lavender oil in it, just a few drops, and massage it in, and that makes it more of a fun sensory experience, but it also calms your kids down. So I think that's a mom tip everybody could use, right? Do you remember what you liked doing as a kid? One game that I enjoyed from my childhood was the memory game where you match the cards. If you have those card games, get them out. If you have a little girl, you can pretend salon with her, do her hair and her nails, and I know my daughter really loves that. And if you're brave, let her do your nails too. And at bath time, we sometimes have a pretend spa as well. Now, I'm not talking about playing with them 24/7. Teach them how to be self-directed. It's not actually our job to amuse our kids all the time. They need to learn how to self-regulate too. You're not a bad mom if you fold the laundry and do the dishes instead of entertaining your kids. Have your kids gotten craft sets at their birthdays? Whip those out now and put them to good use. My son and daughter like to make me necklaces. If you're not going to work at this time, you can wear those necklaces that they've made you. You don't have to dress professionally. Why not have a pajama day with your kids? You could have a fancy day with your kids. Have a tea party. Make cookies. Don't have eggs or milk and you're not gonna go to the store? That's okay too. Just search for vegan recipes. If you don't have any stuff like that, you can still get the kids in the kitchen with you to make smoothies. And don't forget to sneak in that spinach or kale or some green St. Patrick's Day smoothies and pack some extra veggies into their diet. Has your friend who sells Usborne talked you into buying a lot of books? whip those out and have story time. And on the topic of entertainment, I personally have seen a correlation between bad attitudes, whining, and complaining with the amount of time my kids spend in front of a screen. So back to that plan. Now, I'm not saying we don't do screen time at all. We definitely do. But I do it strategically, as well as our candy consumption. And in our home, those two things are conditional. I have a question in our home when my kids start whining. I say, how do we earn shows? Because I've talked to them about needs versus privileges. By having a good attitude, obeying right away, and doing their chores. Maybe I'll do a video soon about age-appropriate chores, but in our home, sometimes my kids will fold their laundry. They definitely put it away. And my daughter will stack our Corelle plates up on the countertop, which I will then put away higher into the cabinet. She's 5, but she's been doing this since she was 4. And my son likes to stack the silverware in the silverware drawer. He doesn't put the sharp knives away. And the other thing they're responsible for is having the playroom clean. So if they want to watch a show and they've done their other responsibilities, tidy it up. It doesn't have to be spotless, but we do have to see a good clear floor. And if it's a nice day outside, I also have them play outside for 30 minutes. And at the end of the day, our family likes to kind of regroup. Our family will often play a card game or something together, and my kids just love that. It doesn't have to be something like Monopoly. It can be something simple like a game of Go Fish. Then we'll do the nighttime routine, do their teeth cleaning and bath routine, and then we'll do a Bible story in bed. And that calms them down, gets them ready to sleep. And especially if they've played outside, they're gonna sleep well at night so that you can sleep well at night. And besides sharing some ideas of how to help your kids, I wanted to share some ideas for some positive activities for you moms as well. I definitely see a positive impact on my mood when my home is cleaner. I personally like to declutter. You can get your kids on this too. This morning I did a 5-minute tidy and vacuuming, and not seeing the dog fur and the sand from outside on the floor, I feel a lot happier. Maybe do a fashion show with your kids and have them try on everything in their drawers, and whatever doesn't fit anymore, put it in a donate bin. You could go through with your kids and ask them what toys they're interested in parting with and bag those up. My sliding glass doors get completely filthy. You can get your kids involved in cleaning too. If you've never tried it before, kids just love having a spray bottle. So of course, use some kid-safe cleaning products, like maybe a cup of vinegar in a spray bottle with some water, and then wipe it down with a rag. They'll feel really useful. And if you want, you can use this as an opportunity to teach them about goal setting. I've got a great video that could be a good resource for you, as well as a free printable, and I talk about that more in this video. My daughter was really motivated to earn money. I'm gonna hand each kid one of these and take them out to the van and get all those candy wrappers and tissues and little pieces of paper and everything picked up, and we're gonna clean out the van together. Your kids are perfectly capable of doing a simple job like that, and if it's a warm day, you could even wash the car together. But I think the most important tip I have for you is that things are not gonna go perfectly. Expect some things to go wrong. Expect to feel frustrated, but tell yourself it's okay when that happens. It's normal when children misbehave, and if we can parent calmly and be proactive instead of reactive, and telling ourselves they're just being childish instead of flying off the handle because we feel frustrated, I mean, we don't want to throw a fit and expect them not to throw a fit either. So those are words that I have to coach myself with. I mean, we're gonna have plenty of opportunities for teachable moments of, okay, is that behavior safe? And coaching them to think about other people's feelings, like, how do you think mommy feels if you throw around the laundry that I just folded? We talk about empathy a lot in our house. I mean, when kids are little, they're impulsive. So I hope these thoughts do help you be more proactive and not reactive, and that you'll just be encouraged and filled with hope for this time, that it doesn't have to be crazy, chaotic, and overwhelming, at least not the entire time, and that you'll really just be able to see the unique gifts about your children and family, and be thankful even in less than ideal circumstances. You've got what it takes, Mom. I hope this encouraged you. Click subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you'll know when the next video is up.
I aim to post a new video every Friday.
Now seize the day. Bye. And she's a very loud child. She just goes out there and belts out these songs she makes up. So there might be some background noise in the next few videos.
And we are handsome and pretty for little animals like squirrels and birds. Chipmunks too. And we also want them to have a happy sleep, so we're going to make it look sheltering, so the rain might not get in it. So we don't want the rain to get in it. I'm gonna put some more in here.
Thank you.